This is a video showing how to distinguish between two identical measurements from two sensors displayed at the same time on SPARKvue. The first step is to pair the sensors to SPARKvue. Do that within the Bluetooth pairing menu. The number of the sensor will be associated with the order in which they're paired. Next, I'm going to create a display. I can do that by simply clicking on the measurement, and the default display will appear. Since I wish to display two measurements on this graph at one time, I need to add another axis. I can do that by selecting from the tool menu at the bottom for Add a Y-axis. The first additional Y-axis will appear on the opposite side from the first displayed axis. If instead you want that on the same side, go ahead and add an additional axis, and this third axis will appear on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, if you wish to get rid of this axis, click near this vertical section here until the X appears, and then click on the X to have that other axis disappear. You can select the second measurement, temperature 2, or if you wish, you can change the order of these by selecting them independently from this menu. To make things appear a little bit better here, what we're going to do is we're going to keep the origins aligned so that we'll better be able to compare the data from these two sensors. So since their origins are locked together, they will scale together, and their data will be displayed on the same scale. Once I begin collecting data, it can be difficult to distinguish which sensor is which, especially if multiple runs are displayed. So to help out with this process, we can go to the cross tools at the bottom, and then we can select Data Properties. By selecting the first measurement, temperature 1, we can then go down to the last menu item here, Measurement Color Configuration. We can choose to use a single color. What this means is that all connecting lines and markers will be the same color for each of the runs for this measurement. Once I've selected that option, I can now choose the color that will be used for displaying this measurement with each of the subsequent runs. For temperature 1, we'll go ahead and have that display as red. Now I can go back up to the top of the page, select temperature 2 from the menu option on the right-hand side. I'll also have to select this as being a single color on. And now I can select from the other colors here. In this case, I'll have it be blue. Click on the background here and click on OK. So you can see that this data assignment happens retroactively. And you can see the display on the right-hand side that shows these different runs. So even as I collect another run of data, and change one of the measurements here by warming the tip of the temperature probe, you can see that the temperatures for each of these measurements remain the same color for each of the subsequent runs.